The paradox of scarcity. Why we feel poor when we are not. Why does a person earning $100,000 feel the same anxiety as a person earning $30,000? Why does a multimillionaire check their stock portfolio with the same fear as a gambler on his last chip? You are living in an age of unprecedented abundance. You have food, you have shelter. You are, by any historical standard, ludicrously wealthy. And yet, you feel poor. You feel a constant, gnawing anxiety that it could all disappear, that you are just one step away from ruin. This feeling is not an accident, and it is not your fault. It is a ghost, a 100,000-year-old echo trapped in your modern brain. You are running modern software on Stone Age hardware. This is not a lesson in budgeting. This is an exorcism of the program that keeps you poor. This is the paradox of scarcity. To understand your relationship with money, you must first understand an ancestor who never saw it. Imagine a human 100,000 years ago on the African savannah. Let's call him the hunter. His brain has two goals: survive today, make it to tomorrow. That's it. There is no 5-year plan. There is no retirement fund. When he finds a berry bush, what does he do? Does he eat a few and save the rest for next week? No, he eats all of it immediately. Because if he doesn't, a rival tribe, or the hyenas, or the weather will take it. His brain is a see and consume machine. Dopamine floods his mind, not when he saves, but when he consumes. When he sees a rival tribe approaching, what does he feel? He feels fear. He feels suspicion. He sees a threat to his resources. He is hardwired for us versus them. This hunter is you. His brain is your brain. For 99% of human history, this scarcity-driven program was the key to our survival. It taught us, what you have to hold. What you don't have, you must fear. And what others have is a threat to you. And then, something changed. The world changed, but the program did not. 10,000 years ago, we discovered agriculture. For the first time in history, we had a new, magical concept. Surplus, extra grain, stored food. You would think this would end the scarcity paradox. You would think, finally, we are safe. The program can shut down. You would be wrong. The program didn't shut down. It mutated. The anxiety was no longer just about food. It became about the land that grows the food. It became about the storage that protects the grain. It became about the soldiers who protect the storage. But most of all, it became about status. In the hunter-gatherer tribe, everyone was mostly equal. In the new agricultural village, a new question emerged. Who has the bigger barn? Who has more cattle? Who has more land than their neighbor? The 100,000-year-old us versus them program was now turned against our own neighbor. Scarcity was no longer just a matter of survival. It had become a tool for social comparison. And this obsession with what our neighbor has, is the second layer of the ghost inside you. Now, let us jump forward to an event that haunts our modern financial DNA, the 1930s, the Great Depression. One day, your grandparents were citizens of a thriving industrial world. The next, they were destitute. The banks failed. The life savings vanished. The system they trusted evaporated. This event was not just a financial crisis. It was a profound, global trauma. The children who watched their parents lose everything, the generation that grew up in that shadow, they inherited a brutal lesson. The scarcity program, which was already ancient, was now reinforced with modern terror. Trust is for fools. Banks can lie. The system will collapse. This generation became the greatest savers in history. They hoarded cash under the mattress. They reused tea bags. They feared debt like a plague. Not because they were greedy, but because they were terrified. They passed that terror on to your parents, and your parents passed that terror on to you. When you feel that irrational urge to hoard cash, when you feel a deep, distrustful anxiety about the system, you are not just feeling your own fear, you are feeling the trauma of your grandparents. So, you have an ancient brain wired for consumption. You have a social brain wired for comparison. And you have an inherited trauma wired for distrust. What happens when you take this perfectly paranoid mind and drop it into 21st century capitalism? You get a machine designed to exploit every single one of those fears. We no longer live in a world of natural scarcity. We live in a world of manufactured scarcity. Every advertisement you see is a whisper from the savannah. Hurry, limited time offer. The berries will rot. Only 3 left in stock. The hyenas are coming. Exclusive VIP access. The rival tribe is getting more than you. This is FOMO, fear of missing out. It is not a modern invention. It is the ancient primal terror that you will be left out of the tribe and starve. The financial world, the crypto market, the housing bubble, they all run on this same ancient fuel. Buy now or be left behind forever. Your 100,000-year-old brain screams that this digital token, this house you can't afford, is the last berry on the bush. And so you leap. Not from logic, but from scarcity. But even that is not the final boss. The most dangerous form of scarcity in the modern world is the one you stare at every day. Social media. The agricultural trap, the who has the bigger barn, has now been put on steroids. You are no longer comparing yourself to your neighbor. You are comparing yourself to a curated, filtered, impossible illusion of everyone, globally, simultaneously. Your ancient brain, which was only designed to process a tribe of 150 people, is now processing the success of 1.5 million. You see the vacation you're not on, the car you don't drive, the body you don't have, the portfolio that mooned without you. And your scarcity program goes into overdrive. It screams, we are failing. We are behind. We are poor. You are not poor. You are just overexposed. You are experiencing a data overdose on a system that was never designed to handle it. So, you are running a 100,000-year-old program. It served your ancestors. It is destroying you. How do you fight it? You cannot delete the program. It is part of you. But you can diagnose it. You can observe it. The next time you feel the panic of FOMO, the next time you feel the sting of envy on social media, the next time you feel that irrational fear of losing it all, do not act. Stop and give it a name. Say to yourself, this is not me. This is my scarcity program. This is the hunter. This is the farmer. This is the trauma. By naming it, you separate yourself from it. You move from being the slave to being the observer. True wealth is not about acquiring more. That is the old program. That is an unwinnable game. True wealth is about silencing the ghost in the machine. It is about achieving abundance. Not in your bank account, but in your mind. And that is the only freedom worth having. Subscribe. The journey to true wealth is a journey inward. Next week, we ask the question, what happens after you win the game? We will explore the weight of gold.